Hello everyone, my name is Ahmed Alani and welcome to my scavenger hunt presentation. The one organism that I have captured on camera and want to do is a shark. I was enjoying a lovely sunrise on the beach in Melbourne until I looked to my right and see a crowd forming. With my nosy self, I had to check it out, and a man reeled in a shark from the shallow waters near the shore. The man at the end took a couple of pictures with the shark and allowed others to do the same until finally putting the shark back to where it belongs. Now, sharks are jawed vertebrates or gnathostomes and have a skeleton made of cartilage, which is lighter than bone. In regards to these two, they grow, lose, and replace teeth throughout their whole lifetime. Some sharks have the normal prototypical shark tooth that we automatically think of when we think of sharks. Some have sets of connected teeth like the cookie cutter shark, and replacing them when it's time, or they have tiny itsy bitsy teeth like the whale shark, for example. All sharks have cartilage, which, like I said before, is lighter than bone, so it allows sharks to move faster as they carry less weight. Also, it is much more flexible than bone. Just to add to a shark's speed, they are aerodynamic or hydrodynamic rather, and their shape helps, and also their flat V-shaped scales help reduce friction in the water. As for their natural habitat, they have adopted to inhabit all marine areas, shallow coastal regions, deep waters, ocean floor, and the open ocean. This is just one reason why sharks are the apex predators of the ocean after the aforesaid reasons. Each have their own unique adaptations. Some main adaptations that sharks in general have acquired is a really good sense of smell and being able to detect subtle vibrations in the water, revealing the location of possible prey. Their scales make less noise underwater too, proving helpful with their hunting. A unique adaptation of the very deep ocean sharks is to have a much lower metabolism rate than other species of sharks due to the lack of food. They mostly eat the carcasses of dead organisms that fall to the ocean floor. They do not like to spend much energy. Let's take a shallow water coastal living shark for example. Bull sharks are large and stout as they do not need to be thin because they don't really chase their prey far. Also, unique to bull sharks, they have special kidneys that recycle salt within their bodies and also have glands near their tails that also aid in salt retention because sharks, like almost all marine animals, need salt to live. As for the open water sharks, they are usually longer and their width compared to their length is much smaller than the bull shark. Their dark gray tops of their bodies may be more pronounced and a deeper color than the bull sharks as well. Sharks have acquired a cloaca, which is the only opening for the digestive, reproductive, and urinary tracts, which is what we see in birds, amphibians, reptiles, and monotremes alike. They're also able to detect electrical fields, which, yeah, I know sounds crazy. Now, sharks are very interesting as there are four different ways they reproduce. This means that sharks can choose how they reproduce, although there is a small exception that we will get to, but for the most part, sharks reproduce sexually. Different sharks reproduce differently. There are sharks that lay eggs and are fertilized outside of the female. This is called oviparous reproduction. This is the most primitive type of reproduction. This manner of reproduction offers the least protection as the eggs are somewhere out and about, whether hidden or not. The second way is a shark can reproduce is ovoviparous reproduction. This way of reproduction offers more protection than the last. Again, there's an egg, but it will not be developing in the exposed waters. It will be developing in the mother. The next type of reproduction is viviparous reproduction, which is considered the most advanced type. There's no egg in this one. This is just an embryo that is surrounded by a membrane and is housed inside the female for the entirety of development, thus giving it the best chance to survive before birth. They also come out more developed than the rest. The safest way of reproduction of sharks is this. The exception I referred to earlier is the zebra shark. The zebra shark can, and big emphasis on can, reproduce asexually, following parthenogenesis, which is when embryos develop and mature without fertilization by a male sperm. It definitely does not prefer this method to reproduce, but still is able to just in case. Sharks have a diploid dominant life cycle. The sexually reproducing adults form haploid gametes from diploid germ cells. Fusion of the gametes gives rise to a fertilized egg or zygote. The zygote will undergo multiple rounds of mitosis to produce a multicellular offspring.